Previously in our love-hate relationship with comic culture.
They only get you excited. They only get you, oh my God. Oh, I can't wait.
Pete is still shell shocked from the Infinity War trailer, where in the trailer, Hulk is running down the field, and in the movie, they fucked us. That happened. That's a fact.
Yo, I'm Mickey Factz,
Y'all, Tat Wza.
I'm Pete Rock.
and this is our love-hate relationship with comic culture. That's all good. Welcome, comic fans. I'm Mickey Factz, and I'm joined each and every week by my brother Tat Wza and the one and only Pete Rock as we debate the comic industry, Marvel and DC movies, and everything that's in the realm of this comic culture. You know what I'm saying?
Word, bro.
Tat, what's up, Tat? How you been this week, man?
What's good, my G? Nah, we just here living.
Where's your
loving.
bucket hat, Tat? Come on, bro.
I didn't get the memo, man. I got on this dad hat with the Biggie on it. You know what I'm saying?
The good dad hat. My man
Good
Term.
dad hat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get the memo. I am wearing this 50th anniversary from Prop Master Retro. Shout out to Cool DJ Red Alert.
It's about that time. It's 50th anniversary.
I'm sure Luke Cage had bucket hats, right?
That's a good question.
Probably been nice to see him in one in the series.
Yeah.
Facts.
Pete, how you been, man? What's up with you, brother?
I've been, man, just in the cave, man, working on beats, bro. You know, so I do this every day, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? When I see when it comes about, I'll be like, take a break and talk about comic books.
Right, man. This is a good time for us. You know, we starting to get a little sizzle. People a little angry about my Wolverine comics.
Got some hot take.
Stand by what I say, yeah.
I want to know what's up with you.
Understand why you don't like Wolverine. That is just crazy to me.
Crazy.
Shout out to Logan. That's my man. All right, so look, man. What's your favorite saga or storyline in the comics, man? Like, let's start this thing off right. Like, like when it comes to the comic books, I know me and my man Pete, we get crazy with it.
Yeah.
Tat, he a little, he into the Feige world. He into the Feige world. But what is your favorite saga or storyline in the comic world? You know what I mean?
Like in the comic books or in the comic?
In the comic books. In the comic books.
My favorite story would have to be probably a Hulk comic book, a Spider-Man comic book, and Wolverine versus Hulk.
That's actually, Wolverine versus Hulk is actually a pretty good storyline. I'm not even going to. It's pretty good.
Story. I read it all the time. It's one of my favorites, and to see that they did the cartoon movie version and then they Wolverine show with Hulk on it. I don't know if you watched that, the cartoon Wolverine.
Yep.
Yeah. Hulk was pummeling him in the ground.
It was a very good.
Oh, stop with the Wolverine hate, yo. This guy's Wolverine hating.
It's a story, Hulk versus Wolverine. That's the best depiction of the comic book. With Deadpool and everything.
Tat, what about you? What's your favorite comic book storyline or saga?
So, like I mentioned, right? Like I didn't really collect the comics. I would read them here and there at the shop, you know what I'm saying? And once in a blue, I got one or two here and there, right? But I only read pieces. So I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't have all of the comic sagas and storylines back to back. The one I probably read the most pieces to is probably Secret Wars, you know what I'm saying? Because there was so much crazy shit going on, and they spread that out over different periods, you know what I'm saying?
Civil War was also great novel.
Which one?
Civil War.
You know what I'm saying? But there were two Civil Wars, right? Like there were two different Civil War storylines. Which got confusing for me. I was like, yo, which one is, you know what I'm saying? So
Captain America on the cover when he's like this with his shield.
Okay. All right. I kind of remember that one. But you know what I'm saying? But that's why I was like into the when the shit came on the TV, I caught that more. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't collecting the comics like I wish I was. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, for me, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think
in,
Maximum Carnage,
in the
and
comic.
when yeah, in the comics, and when Petey finally got the black suit, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That was pretty good for me. You
I
know, I thought as a Spider-Man fan, it was good to see like Peter, turning. You saw the slow progression downward, right? He was starting to spiral and get out of control. You ain't really get a chance to see it in the movies,
yeah
but like in the comic, it was a slow walk. It was a slow crawl, and people around, and he fought so many different people in
yeah
that black suit. You know what I
yeah
mean? So I would have to say that for me. Now, we all talk about the comics here, right? And the comics is what brung us three together and a lot of people together in this space, right? But another space of the comic world that brung us three together and a lot of people is the MCU. And for me, man, let's really kind of dive deep. What is your favorite part of the MCU, and what's one thing that you hate about the MCU? Let's start this time off with Tat. What do you love about the MCU? The moments that you love, and what are some hated moments that you hate? We know that you don't hate nothing, so let's just get right into the love.
All right. The moment. All right. Something I love about the MCU more than the actual movies is when you're in that theater and they're take Black Panther, right? And people came together and it was like, oh shit, like if they didn't know the comics, you know what I'm saying, or they didn't even know the character like that, they were like, yo, this is incredible, right? And it just brought so many people together. But like while you're in that theater, right, and you look over, and whether you know who they like, you don't know the person, and it's somebody like crying in the theater or
Mm,
just laughing their ass off, you're like, yo, this is crazy. Like this thing I grew up with that I was almost scared to have when I was a kid, that I did love,
mm,
Infinity. Like it's really touching people. Like this thing is here to stay. This is my shit. Like this is
mm.
crazy. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? So that like that just that thought of or that feeling of togetherness, of everybody in that theater at the same time feeling the same emotions is incredible to me. Through comic books, is incredible to me. So that's
Mm,
one of the things I love. One of the things I hate was when I'm in the theater and I'm watching, something I wanna like and I'm getting tired and I'm falling asleep and I'm like, yo, this shit is I don't think this
mm.
is it. Because I go to the theater wanting to love everything, like y'all know. But then when I go and I'm watching something and I'm like, yo, I don't think this is it. This is starting to put me to sleep.
elaborate Elaborate on that. Like what movie
Like
did that for you?
Dark World. I went to Dark World. I went twice to see Dark World because I fell asleep the first time, and then the second time I was like, yo, this shit is really not good. This
So,
shit
Mm,
is
so it took
kind of
you
like
payment.
boring.
You paid for a movie two times so you could figure it out.
Yeah, because I was, we work a lot, right? That's what we do. So when I went, I was like, oh, I'm tired. Maybe I just fell asleep. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So I was like, nah, this is my shit. I love these movies. I'm going again. And I
okay.
went again and I didn't fall asleep the second time, but I was like, this ain't, damn, I really did waste my money right here. This
mm.
ain't it. I was expecting Loki to do more. I was expecting more from the Dark Elves. There was a couple scenes that was dope, like the convergence, and you showing me the different uh realms and shit. I was like, that's kind of fire. I feel like that's some future shit. Y'all know I like the connective tissue, so I'm
Hmm.
looking for all of that, and I'm like, this is falling a little short. I was like, I didn't care that the Ether went in Jane like that. I mean, maybe I cared once Love and Thunder came out. I know y'all didn't like that, but regardless,
Terrible.
it made more sense then. But I was like, man, like the Dark Elves felt a little flat.
I ain't Ragnarok either.
Damn,
Mm.
Ragnarok was good though, Pete.
I liked Ragnarok. I like Ragnarok.
Nope.
He's making a stinky face.
Nope.
I liked it. Is it my turn? I'm ready to go, B. What's up?
It's
What we
your
doing?
turn. It's your turn. It's your turn.
Your turn.
Yo, man, the one thing that I hated about the one thing that I hate about the MCU is these jokes, B. I hate all of these jokes, B. These jokes is nasty work. It's nasty work. The jokes is too much, B. It's too much. I don't like it. Not a fan. And honestly, my love, let me tell you something. I almost got jumped on 86 between what's that? Madison and what's that? Park? No. Third and Second. There's a movie theater that's next to Trader Joe's over there, right?
Mm.
And I went to go see Endgame. And let me tell you something. When Tony Stark died, I cheered. I cheered. I
Oh,
cheered
I mean,
I don't get,
loudly.
I don't get you, man.
Yo,
With
let me tell you why I cheered.
bugging.
I cheered because I got sick and tired of the MCU and Marvel allowing Tony Stark to do everything. It was annoying, right? And I understand they didn't have Banner. I mean, excuse me, not Banner. Reed. I understand they didn't have Reed, but Dag, you didn't have to have Tony create Ultron. That should have been my man Hank Pym,
mm,
right? Why Tony? Why is Tony figuring out time travel? Why? That's not what he does. That's not his specialty in the comics.
he
He want to
He's
make
not
you know he's a
figuring that out,
genius.
bro.
builds weapons.
No, that's not his type. That's not his style of genius, bro.
It's not a style of genius. What's a style of genius?
Yo, a style of genius is he's into machinery and tech. Now he's doing astrophysics and getting people to move in time. No, that's a Reed thing. That's Reed.
Only to do one thing, and that's what you said: tech, weapons. Not
That's it.
Banner's job or Reed Richards' job. They're scientists too, but I don't know.
No,
I don't think there's a comparison there.
I mean,
Between,
I
it's all
did.
right, but it's hard to do that when you don't have the rights to put all your characters in one place at one time. We don't want to give them the room to let that happen. Look, you
No,
got to realize, right, that they sold
right.
those pieces off in the 90s in order to make sure that the comic books were going to still come out.
Yes,
mm,
we
So we
know.
can't
We
get
know the
mad at
story.
them now that they trying to get their shit back and they moving pieces around.
right.
We know the. We know the story. We know the story. That doesn't stop the fact that they could have had Hank Pym create Ultron, right?
I ain't gonna lie,
It
that
doesn't stop
shit.
the fact they could have had Banner. I don't even think.
But
I
that's
don't
all
think.
in the comic books too, isn't it?
Yes,
That's what I'm
yes.
saying. They
No,
don't
that part I don't understand
they
necessarily why that they didn't have Pym do that. Aside from they started him out as older Hank and made Scott the Ant Man from the door. So we
they
didn't have
skip a
that
lot.
evolution of the first Ant Man, then the second Ant Man, like we did in the comics. We have the first Ant Man, which is just Scott, who they dedicated this storyline to of him being a criminal trying to fix himself up and take care of his daughter and become a good dad and all of these things, which is great for a movie. But they could have I would the same way that they did Captain America with the first Avenger, where they took him back in the day and then brought him up to speed. They could have did that with Ant Man too. I'm
I
not gonna
agree.
lie, they could have did that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they didn't. But I'm not mad at it. But I
Nasty.
get I get why y'all mad at it. I get it.
It's nasty
It's
work.
not the story. It's like they skip over each block of importance that a big chunk of that story, the Ant-Man story.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I
For
can't
for
argue that.
me, for me, even if Tony Stark would have found documents, prototype of Hank Pym creating like a prototype of Ultron. I could have lived with
They to
that.
give you a blueprint.
But they didn't do
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't do
They
that.
ain't even like it's just
They did.
nasty work, B. It's
They did.
nasty. So I didn't. That's the two things. I love Tony Stark's dying, and I hate the jokes.
The jokes are good though, man. You know what though? I ain't gonna lie. In all
But I want,
honesty, I fucks with a good dad joke. So maybe that's why I'm, okay with it.
nah, I'm not. I'm not. That was one of the things too, for me, that I don't like is killing off heroes too early. I hate that because
Okay, so I agree with you on that, Pete.
Makes
yeah,
sense.
they're not getting the full jits on the character's story. Why are you killing them off so fast for?
Who got killed off too fast?
Iron Man, Vision, fucking Black Widow. Who else is dead?
Black.
He's naming
You know
everybody.
what? Black Widow is out of here until Secret Wars. Iron Man is out of here until Secret Wars. Vision is still here.
Okay.
It's just White Vision now, which happens in the comic.
I like White Vision. I like White
West
Vision.
Coast Avengers, I'm assuming, is on the way.
Okay. That,
Not, they need a new Hawkeye.
what do
Hey, Jeremy Renner, get better, brother. Jeremy
I
Renner,
mean,
get better.
Jeremy Renner, please get better. I
I
mean,
love
I think
everyone on the same page about a story when it comes to the characters in the movies and how they, certain scenes don't match. It's some new shit that they did that had nothing to do with the comic book. Just trying to do some new story shit when they could introduce the old stories as new stories, because the young cats don't know the old stories,
that's
right?
a good point. That's a good point.
So then just spice it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's I agree.
No, that's a
That's
good point. They could take the old stories that yes, the comic fans know, and the new people don't. And like Pete says, spice it up a little, sprinkle a little salt on it, a little salt bay on it,
yeah, like,
and give it something that some flavor. I mean, I can't argue that. I'm not gonna lie, I can't argue that.
but
That's a good.
changing shit, keep changing shit, and it just pisses me off when they do that, man. Because you don't have to
But
go
see,
too away from the original story. You know what I mean?
on the other side, because maybe that's why I'm like super in love with everything because I didn't keep track of the comic storylines as much, but I always loved them. You know what I'm saying? That now that I'm seeing this, I'm all right with whatever they give me because it's not blasphemous to me because I didn't have that as gospel.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Listen, I'm not even opposed to that, Tat. I think these are great points. And I think Pete makes great points too, right? Like being able like if you erase the history of what it is that we fell in love with, how can we ever have the newer generation to continue the history that we love, right? I think these are great topics when we think about it, right? So now that we kind of got that moment aspect out of it, what we love, what we hate, let's talk about what we love and hate, like the portrayals of specific actors and actresses, right? Like people hate George Clooney as Batman, right? Or people might have hated Terrence Howard as War Machine, right? Like what are some of the most favorite actor actresses and the most hated actor actresses that you guys thought happened in comic book movies?
Favorite,
Like
I'm gonna say Chadwick as Black Panther,
number one,
Loved it.
that's my number
Loved
one.
Ed Norton as Dr. Banner.
it. Love it.
Love
Yep.
that.
Um, Toby as Spidey.
I like that. I like that.
I like the new Spider-Man, but there's something about Toby for me, right? Because
See,
I was so mesmerized when it first hit the big screen when Spidey 1 came out. Um, who else? I mean, Toby, Chadwick, Ed Norton, um, uh, Tony.
I like Downey. I like Downey as Iron Man, man. I think Downey as Iron Man is good.
Robert
But
Downey
you
Jr.
don't like Iron Man. I'm confused.
I didn't like. I know. I like Iron Man. I didn't like them having him do everything. So when he died, I was happy. So now we can get Reed and get everybody else to do stuff instead
Okay.
of just
All right.
having it Tony
And I like
Stark.
Nicholas as the Thing, actually.
Who?
Michael Chiklis.
Oh, from the Shield. He was cool. He was
Yeah,
alright.
the
I
Thing.
mean, if that's the case, I like old girl for as Sue Storm. Honey. What's her name?
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. Yeah.
Jessica Alba? Yeah,
She was
she was.
alright.
She was actually a good Stu Storm. She was actually a good
She was
Stu Storm.
alright. I mean, she wasn't one of my boos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some boos in the MCU. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Angela Bassett. Hey, baby. You know what I mean? Shout out to
I
Zoe Saldana. Yeah, I get with you green. That's how we doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shout out to Google. Google
Shot
in Bathroom.
them.
You know what I mean? Ravona. That's my baby girl right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm gonna throw one out there that I think everybody really loves, and that's my guy who played Punisher,
Which one?
the
Not
last one.
The new
Come
one?
on, man.
The current one?
Yeah, what's his name?
current one. That Ray something. Ray.
Nah,
It's
it's
not
not
Ray.
Ray. Fuck.
What's his name, bro? Y'all know his
He
name?
was in
Nah, I
Thor.
do know his name, but we smoke weed, man. So let me look it
He
up. One second.
was he was in Thor too. I forgot his name. He was in
What's
Thor,
this?
the first Thor. He was in all the Thors.
Who Punisher? The guy
First,
who's
no,
Punisher?
Played the Viking too. He played Thor. I mean, he played the Viking on Thor, and he played the
John
Punisher.
John
John
Bernthal.
Barenthal.
Okay, yeah,
Not okay.
yeah. I
Okay,
Thomas Jane,
No, not Thomas Jane. No,
not
but
no,
Thomas.
he was good though. Thomas
He
Jane
was
was good. I
alright.
like.
He was alright.
yeah, I
He
like.
Nah,
was better than the other one that was. Damn, he
I ain't
was one
oh,
of the
that.
Warriors 3 in Thor.
I ain't like
Rey
that.
Mysterio. Is that
Huh?
who was the other
No, no, no,
Punisher?
not Mysterio. The guy that he was, the dude that played Punisher at one point was also now in the MCU as one of the Warriors 3. I don't remember his. Let me look up his name.
What?
I did not like him as the Punisher.
Wait, who you talking about?
Dolph Lundgren?
Nah.
Dolph Lundgren, Thomas Jane, and then that guy that's in Thor.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Do you talking about the one who did Warzone? Punisher
Ray
Warzone?
Stevenson.
Ray
Ray-
Stevenson. I said Ray Mysterio.
Ray
he's the,
Mysterio is
he,
crazy.
he's the Viking in Thor too. He's the Viking.
He is. He's one of the Warriors 3. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like Ray Stevenson. I actually liked him as Punisher, low key.
I didn't believe him.
Uh,
I felt like he should have got shot back.
I hated Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't think that was cool.
And
I thought
Shorty who played Elektra. Shorty who played Elektra was terrible.
yeah. Oh,
Jennifer,
Jennifer
what's
Garner.
her name? Jennifer
Jennifer.
Garner.
Yeah,
I
Jennifer Garner.
mean, but if we gonna get to real terrible, hello Ben Affleck
Oh,
on whatever
As
character you want
Daredevil,
to say, Daredevil or fucking Batman.
I thought he was okay in Batman. I thought he was okay.
He was
tolerated him.
trash.
I tolerated him as Batman, but
I
not.
thought he was
The
okay.
fight scenes was horrible.
No, his fight scenes was crazy. You
He
bugging.
was okay as Bruce. He was trash as Batman.
Bruh, the fighting looked like Arkham
With
Asylum. What are you talking about?
Batman versus Superman
So
was
so you're saying it looked robotic and digital choppy?
It looked great. What are you talking about?
Not look
It
great.
was great fighting. Like
No, it
you're bugging
wasn't.
out, bro. You
That
bugging. You
fighting
tripping.
scene when he went to go save Superman's moms.
Oh yeah, that was in the warehouse. That was crazy. You
yeah, that was
tripping, bro?
bad.
Shit was bobbage.
And when he fought,
What Batman scene is better than that? What Batman fighting scene is better than that? Tell me.
Anything Christian Bale did, period.
fell,
Yo, you couldn't even see him fight. Yo, he wasn't even really fighting in them joints. Are you
What?
kidding me?
What?
first
Maybe
Batman,
Batman Begins, right? He fought in a lot in the Batman Begins. I
begins.
hate Batman Begins.
You're
I love
bugging. You're
that.
bugging.
I love.
Batman Begins is
No, you
Batman
Over
Dark
Ben
Knight.
Affleck?
Dark Knight is nuts. And Dark Knight Returns is even crazier.
All three of them was fire.
three of them
No,
was
Batman Begins.
Nah, Batman Begins was fire.
I mean,
I
Fire.
definitely didn't like Batman
Right.
Begins. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir.
This
Yeah, the
guy's
very first Batman in the League of Shadows. You bugging, bro.
right. Come on, man.
That
You
you
bugging.
see Ra's al Ghul. Yo, you wildin'.
You're
No,
bugging. You're bugging, Mickey.
You
no,
wildin'.
definitely not
Yo,
bugging. I'm not. That wasn't good. But it wasn't good. It
You
wasn't good.
bugging.
Christian Bale and
I'm telling you,
Wolverine gonna come and jump you.
it was gangster, bro.
They're gonna be waiting for you at the 86th Street Theater. They're gonna jump you for real.
Boo.
Playing in the lockup and beating niggas up in there.
Yo, that was crazy. But you
Bane.
like Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck was fire.
This guy, man.
Now he wasn't fire. He was cool. He was
Wipe
cool.
your glasses off.
All
I
right,
don't,
man. Listen.
Ben Affleck.
Y'all.
I don't think I could see him playing any superhero. Actually,
Nah, y'all bugging. Listen,
But what he did with Daredevil, he should have been banned from all universes.
I disagree. I disagree. Listen, man, that's our show for tonight, man. We gonna keep this going. We're gonna have to maybe continue this on another show. I don't like Batman.
yeah, we're gonna talk about Batman because that's my favorite DC character. You are
You're-
wilding.
I like Batman.
No, Superman's better.
I just didn't like Batman Begins. But look, man, check out the chat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow us everywhere. Follow the love-hate relationship with comic culture and send us your thoughts to Instagram at Comic Culture Podcast. Let us know what you think of the show. Please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave us a rating on Apple and spread the word to all my comic peeps, hip-hop peeps that love comic culture. We in the building. Until next week, I'm Mickey Factz.
I'm Pete Rock.
Tat Wza.
And we'll catch you next week.
Our love-hate relationship with comic culture is produced by Spaceman World Media. Follow the show on Insta at Comic Culture Podcast.